An optimist will tell you the glass is half full, the pessimist, half empty, and the engineer will tell you the glass is twice the size it needs to be. Everyone may not be good, but there's always something good in everyone. Never judge anyone shortly because every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. If a thing is worth doing, it is worth doing well. If it is worth having, it is worth waiting for. If it is worth attaining, it is worth fighting for. If it is worth experiencing, it is worth putting aside time for. Selfishness is not living your life as you wish to live it. Selfishness is wanting others to live their lives as you wish them to. God grant me the serenity to accept that people are ignorant, the courage to uphold the law when I'm hostile, or the wisdom to realize that murder is illegal. There are moments when one has to choose between living one's own life, fully, entirely, completely, or dragging out some false, shallow, degrading existence that the world in its hypocrisy demands. People may fail many times, but they become failures only when they begin to blame someone else. Always forgive your enemies, nothing annoys them so much. The only people I would care to be with now are artists and people who have suffered, those who know what beauty is, and those who know what sorrow is. Nobody else interests me. Death must be so beautiful. To lie in the soft brown earth, with the grasses waving above one's head, and listen to silence. To have no yesterday, and no tomorrow. To forget time, to forgive life, to be at peace. Keep love in your heart. A life without it is like a sunless garden when the flowers are dead. The consciousness of loving and being loved brings a warmth and a richness to life that nothing else can bring. Education is an admirable thing, but it is well to remember from time to time that nothing that is worth knowing can be taught. The systems that fail are those that rely on the permanency of human nature, and not its growth and development. The moment that an artist takes notice of what other people want, and tries to supply the demand, he ceases to be an artist. People who count their chickens before they are hatched act very wisely because chickens run about so absurdly that it's impossible to count them accurately. It is perfectly possible to get what you think you want and be miserable. It's possible to never get it but deeply enjoy the process of trying. In this world, there are only two tragedies. One is not getting what one wants, and the other is getting it. The final mystery is oneself. When one has weighed the sun in the balance, and measured the steps of the moon, and mapped out the 7 heavens star by star, there still remains oneself. Who can calculate the orbit of his own soul? Children start out loving their parents, but as they grow older and discover their parents are human, they become judgmental. And sometimes, when they mature, they forgive their parents, especially when they discover they are also human. If you want to be a grocer, or a general, or a politician, or a judge, you will invariably become it. That is your punishment. If you never know what you want to be, if you live what some might call the dynamic life but what I will call the artistic life, if each day you are unsure of who you are and what you know you will. To regret one's own experiences is to arrest one's own development. To deny one's own experiences is to put a lie into the lips of one's own life. It is no less than a denial of the soul.